You fuck with us in the motherland, you're fucking dead.
Oh. Yo, please.
Johnny Somali has just been trapped in South Korea and got arrested. Here's all the crazy shit that went down before his arrest.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy. You crazy boy? Hey.
So John Somali is basically being investigated by South Korean authorities for all the shit he pulled as soon as he entered the country. As soon as the guy landed, he started making weird videos, but it really hit the roof when he did the most disrespectful things. So there's this statue of peace in South Korea that honors the victims of Japanese colonialism.
I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea.
Heard him say we can go ahead.
Now our guy thought it would be a good idea to go and kiss that monument, dance in front of it, and then make a video. He was bound to get kicked in the ass by the authorities, and he probably knew it. And the worst part is yet to come, because you wouldn't believe what Somali did with the status next. A few days after this kissing incident, his video went viral, and he realized that this insane shit was getting him clout. So he went back to the same statue, started rubbing baby oil on it, and said that he'd the woman in the statue. This was so disgusting and creepy that everyone started tagging South Korean authorities.
American YouTuber Johnny Somali rubs oil on his body and dances lewdly in front of Sonyeosang, otherwise known as Statue of Peace. He then kisses the statue's lips.
People wanted Somali behind bars so his ass can get whooped, and he learns his lesson because the guy has pulled the same shit earlier in Japan. Now the people, they were very angry, and on the 24th of October, Somali was attacked by the locals. And I don't blame them, the guy had it coming, and at this point, he was actually asking for it.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, nigga gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money. For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a fucking sociopath. I don't give a fuck.
Then again, on 27th October, locals charged on him, and Somali was kicked pretty badly. Now this is when things start to get really deadly for a Somali because a millionaire makes his entry in the scene. So a Korean YouTuber actually placed a bid saying that he'd offer 2 million won, or $2,000, to anyone who gives him information about where Somali is.
You're lucky I didn't hear about you in Japan because I actually hold a very high rank over the Yakuza, and I could have easily had you removed from Japan.
At the time, Somali was probably in a hospital. The trouble didn't end here for Somali because the police soon started getting calls that there's this man who has done drugs. The police only needed one tiny chance to get involved, and after receiving this complaint, they just pounced on Somali and started investigating him. Now this is where it gets really interesting. If Somali is actually found guilty of using drugs, he could face over 10 years in jail. Otherwise, he'd have to pay around $95,000. I'm sure he'd rather pay the fine, but I don't think the South Korean authorities would let him off the hook so easily. He's also banned from leaving South Korea, which just means he can't get out of the country until this matter is resolved. And I don't have to tell you that how pissed the South Korean authorities must be. He literally insulted their heroes in the creepiest way possible and was trying to cash the whole thing by making videos.
야, 굿나잇, 소말리. 굿나잇. 굿나잇.
The guy has also faced a trial in Japan for his crazy antics, and let's just say that he ruined Japan for all of us, but now South Korea is not half as tolerant and is definitely beating his behind, considering he can't really leave the place anymore. Also, it is being reported that Somali won't even be safe in prison because there are a lot of angry South Koreans who know how he has insulted their heroes.
Yo, Johnny Somali, just know, wherever you go, if there are Korean people, you're gonna watch your back. We're not to be fucked with. You fuck with us in LA, we go on the roofs and literally snipe you, motherfuckers. You fuck with us in the motherland, you're fucking dead.
One user talked about this on Reddit, saying, I don't think it is that bad in general, but it won't be nice for Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, because of his ethnicity and because other prisoners will know what he has done. So, him making his way out of the country looks next to impossible now. But I don't feel sorry for the guy because he knew what he was getting himself into, and he wasn't even learning from his mistakes of last year. And if it was just one video, we would have given him benefit of the doubt. But he also created a huge scene and got kicked off the subway.
Everything. I don't give a f. High as volume. How you doing, my nigga? How you doing? Oh, black. Whoa. Yo, hey. Whoa.
Then, he also created a lot of fuss in a convenience store and basically made everyone's life a living hell just for clout.
Never have kids. Your father was right.
What are you talking
And when he was finally beaten up, people were actually saying that it's a good thing, because the guy might learn a lesson to not mess with the wrong folks. People commented under the video of him getting beaten and wrote, "Deserved? He's been acting like a complete idiot. They should throw him out of Korea." One even jokes, "Every time they attack him, it's like one wimpy punch and a shove like, come on, where's the Yakuza?" Someone even had an advice for the Korean brothers who were taking one for the team. "Come on, my Korean brother. You gotta be smarter than that. Wait until you guys are away from the police station, then you can really make it hurt." One user pointed out, "BTW, he's Ethiopian Jew, he's not Somali, guys. Please stop saying Somali." This comment took me a little off guard because I always thought he was Somali because of his name. But then I did some digging and what I found would disgust you to the very core. I came across this comment where a user exposed him saying he's not Somali. He actually said he chose the name because it would be easier to go viral and because he hates Somalis and thinks it would be funny for them to get blamed for his antics. Every part of his character is hateful. Some reports have even suggested that the guy has spewed so much hate that he might get locked up if he ever enters Somalia. He's a narcissistic loser who has made his life's aim to annoy people in different countries, get locked up, and then deported.
What's up?
I wanna swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. 수많은 사랑을 위해 떠나버린 넌 어디로 왜 어디로 흘러가는 건데.
He knows he's got plenty of followers who are dumb enough to run campaigns for him, but I think everyone has learned from their mistakes now, and I don't see any comment where people are supporting this. So the guy has basically managed to shit on multiple countries, offend millions of people, while also posting videos on different platforms. Doesn't get worse than this. But one user didn't quite like the idea of locking the guy up. He wrote, "Usually people kick people out from the country. What's the reason for wanting to keep a foreigner that makes trouble? Him staying in Korean prison costs the Koreans tax money. I just think deporting him would be too easy of a punishment and the bastard would learn absolutely nothing from it." Japan also let him off the hook easily, which is why he pulled the same kind of stunts in South Korea. Also, I don't think they just deport him because it's not just about drug use, but also about how he has blatantly disrespected their monuments and has made videos of it to go viral. One user commented on the situation, writing, "I mean, they consider him a flight risk clearly. They're prohibiting him from leaving until they are done prosecuting him. And if he's found guilty, he'll have to do time as well. Once he's out, they'll probably deport him and ban him from the country." At this point, I feel like it's really hard for Johnny to actually make his way out of the country until the embassy intervenes and decides to save the guy's ass. But even then, he'd be getting major backlash in the US because he has done the same stuff in multiple countries, and things are getting a little out of hand now. One user posted videos of him annoying South Koreans and then getting beaten, and he captioned it, "Too satisfying not to share. A nuisance influencer named Johnny Somali is going around Korea, antagonizing and disrespecting citizens and culture. I have a feeling his days there are short." And the guy was right on money because it's obvious that his days are short, as he's either going to be deported pretty soon or he'll be shoved into a prison where everyone from his cellmates to the officers hate him. People are so fed up with the guy that they don't want him to get deported because it would be too merciful. One user even wrote, "I'm against violence, but I wouldn't step in to help him, nor would I pour water on him if he was on fire, or otherwise assist him in any way." Individuals who act like this have to learn the hard way. So do you think Somali will ever be able to make it out of the country with his track record and offenses? Drop a comment and share your opinion with me.